It's something we don't hope for, but it can come to a point where divorce becomes necessary for couples. And for those here in Washington, there are certain laws you need to know about if you're navigating a divorce. And here with insight on this topic is attorney Mackenzie Sorich from View Ridge Law. Welcome to New Day.
Thank you for having me here, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Yes, I love the power suit.
Thank
we
you.
have to get that out of the way. Before we get started too, tell me about the work that you do at View Ridge Law.
So we help people when life's problems become legal problems. We help families and people who deal with ordinary things like divorce and death and adoption, happy things too. And we work with our families to build comprehensive plans that take care of their family and work on their goals.
Wow, amazing. And you actually wrote a book too called The Divorce Navigator. Why did you want to write a book like this?
So for the last 20 years, I've been helping people deal with life's most difficult challenges. And I love helping educate my community. And I put together some of the things that I've seen people struggle with and tips and guidance in this book to help people when they deal with things that affect people every day, like death and divorce. And through sharing this book, I hope to give some guidance to people. It's not a substitute for legal advice, but there's so much to consider, and so a little bit of education can really help people and their family members deal with these topics, and especially parents who have minor children and grandparents too.
I imagine it's a little more digestible too to be able to see it in a book, at least it is for me. What should people know too about divorce in our state?
So Washington State is a no-fault state. That means you don't need to spend a lot of time trying to prove wrongdoing over why the marriage ended. The focus is really on moving forward, creating a path forward. Now, divorce touches so many things: parenting, finances, real estate, taxes. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of choices when it comes to the process too, from mediation to court. And so this book helps people understand what they need to think about and gives them framework on how to focus on the future and building a foundation for a better life going forward.
Gosh, okay. And beyond divorce, what legal considerations should families be looking out for too?
So many people are unprepared for serious illness or untimely death with their family. And I often make this point by asking folks questions. What would happen if you went out on a date with your partner and you didn't make it home because there is a serious accident? Would your babysitter know what to do for your children? Who would take care of the kids in the long term? Who would manage their finances? Who would take care of you if you're disabled? And if you don't have a comprehensive will, trust, power of attorney, a court's going to decide for you. A judge who has very little time will make decisions. It might mean your children go to foster care for a little bit. It might mean that they go to an estranged relative you would have never chosen. I think there's so much misconception that estate planning is for the ultra wealthy, but that's not true. Everyone can use an estate plan, and often online forms are just not enough. You really can benefit, and your family can be protected by working with an experienced attorney who helps families every day.
So you would recommend definitely going in and sitting down and having that face-to-face and talking with someone? Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely. Having a conversation with an experienced attorney who helps families is irreplaceable. AI is just not going to cut it. And working on your goals and understanding what your family needs to be protected from creditors, predators, the uncertainty of court is really worth it. It's worth the peace of mind to work with a local person who can see you and hear all of the goals that you have for your family.
Definitely, so important. And anything else you want people to know and families on how to navigate during, such a challenging time like we're talking about here?
Well, I went to law school and became an attorney because I wanted to help people avoid chaos. And in the 20 years of being in the courtroom, I've seen so much uncertainty that families face when they leave things to chance. And so I started my law firm, View Ridge Family Law and Estate Planning, to help people avoid that crisis and conflict as much as possible. And it is worth it for your family. It's an act of love to work with someone to create a plan that will protect them and you. If anything happens, things do happen, and your peace of mind is worth it.
It really is. That alone, my parents right now are doing a will and everything, and exactly, the peace of mind that you can give to, your kids and family is so important. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this useful information.
Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it.
Yes. And just a reminder, Mackenzie is offering the first 2 chapters of her book to download for free at the View Ridge Law website.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by View Ridge Family Law and Estate Planning.